Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've had a wonderful start to 2020. Today I am going to be talking about clothing items that I think you should invest in and clothing items where you really don't need to spend as much money and you can save yourself a little bit of money. So hopefully you find this video really helpful. If you are new to my channel, then welcome. I upload at least one new video every single week, so I hope you will subscribe if you enjoy my content. For the purposes of this video, when I'm talking about investing, I'm not meaning that you need to go out and spend thousands of dollars on something. I certainly don't have the budget to do that. What I mean by investing is maybe saving up for a week or two, getting the best quality of something that you can afford to get, which is going to be different for everybody. We're all on different budgets. And when we're talking about the items that you don't need to invest in, what I mean by that is that even if you can afford something a little bit more expensive, you don't necessarily need to buy that, because for the most part, the reason I'm saying that is because the quality jump is not big enough to be worth your money. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video, starting off with something that you should invest in my opinion, and that is footwear. I have spent so much money in the past on cheap shoes, and all that happens is that they fall apart after one season of wearing them and they are no good to anybody. I need to throw them out. And over the years I have wasted so much money. Over the last couple of years I have been trying to invest more in my footwear. So instead of spending $30 on a pair of shoes, I now spend around $100 to $200 on each pair of shoes that I buy. And the difference in quality with that price jump has meant that the shoes that I bought 2 years ago when I started doing this, I still own. I have a couple of pairs here to show you. So for example, my kids, my white sneakers, this was one of the earliest pair of shoes that I bought after I started investing more in my footwear. So this was $140 pair of shoes. It's a big chunk of money up front, but you know what? Here we are 2 years later and I still absolutely adore these. They are real leather, so they are completely watertight. They have not come apart at the seams anywhere. They're really easy to get stains off because of the material of them. Same thing with my black boots. I've had these also for close to 2 years. I wear these very close to every single day. In winter I wear them a lot, the rest of the year as well. They are just my absolute go-to. They go with everything kind of a shoe. These are also real leather, so again very easy to wipe clean and completely waterproof, so they're perfect for when it's raining or just wet and there's puddles around. These I think were closer to $200, but again well worth the investment. I've had them for 2 years, 2 winters. So when you compare that to the shoes that I used to have before, which would fall apart after one season, these ones that I've just shown you I've had for 2 years and they're still going really strong. I'm anticipating having them for at least another 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years. It is well worth the investment because it's a one-time payment and then I can just forget about buying new shoes for the next several years. What you do need to be careful of, which I'm sure you will be if you are investing and spending more money, is that you need to make sure that it's something that you're going to want to keep around for the amount of time that it will last. So if you're buying a pair of shoes that's going to last you 5 years, you need to make sure that it's a style you will wear for 5 years. So stay away from trends, make sure it's a really classic style, something that you're sure will go with everything that you own and you'll want to keep around for several years, and you should be good to go. Alright, let's move on to number 2. The second thing that you should definitely invest in, especially if you really feel the cold like I do, is warm clothing. I have been gradually investing in cold weather pieces over the last couple of years that have meant that the most recent winter was my favorite winter because I wasn't as cold as I normally am. So this coat I've actually had for quite a few years now. This was like my first investment piece when it came to winter. This one is from Forever New. It's a hooded parka with this faux fur lining, and that is what keeps me so warm. It's just very practical, and I'll also wear this when it's raining. A more recent coat investment for me is one that I purchased last winter. This one is a much longer, much more kind of dressed up professional looking coat. This is a wool and cashmere mix, so again super warm. It doesn't have the fur lining because that's really actually hard to come by in New Zealand because it doesn't get so cold. They don't seem to make coats that have that, but because the outside of it is made of such warm materials, it still does a really great job at keeping me nice and warm. And it's also loose enough that I can fit a nice big chunky jumper underneath, so I can layer up that way as well. And also the length of it, because it comes down past my knees, so it really does kind of encase me and keep all the warmth in. So this one is from Max. and I actually paid $350 for this, which is such a lot of money. I did save up for this. It's a very classic style in a really neutral, easy to wear color, and like I said before, that is what you want to be looking out for when you're investing, because it's no good buying something that may be a trend piece at the moment but you're not going to want to wear it next winter. So I know that this one, it's absolutely beautiful, so I just know that I will wear this next winter. I will continue to wear it for many, many winters. As well as coats, last winter I also invested in some beautiful cashmere jumpers. So this is one that I wanted to show you. This one is also from Max. I actually bought this at the same time as the coat. So this is a 100% cashmere jumper. It's got the roll neck, so super warm. Again, in this beautiful neutral color. This was $250, so again, I saved up. I got so much wear out of this jumper last winter, and I've actually taken it to Japan with me. As you're watching this video, I'm in Japan. As I'm filming, obviously I haven't gone yet, but I am going to be taking this jumper with me because it will be winter while I'm there. I'm also taking the coat as well, so there you go. One other cold weather investment which I think is well worth making is fleecy tights. Not really much to look at, but I wear them underneath absolutely everything in winter, and yes, I am taking these to Japan with me. So on the outside they just look like regular black tights, but on the inside they've just got this really beautiful warm fleecy material, and it just keeps you so warm. I wear these under jeans, and then it just gives you that extra layer and a fleecy layer, which is so nice on your skin. These don't last me years. I get a new pair every winter because I do wear them every single day. They either get holes in the toes, which I try and avoid by wearing socks under them, so I kind of, you know, delay that problem, but also the fleece kind of loses its softness, it loses its warmth after a while. So these tend to last me one winter, and then I buy a new pair for the next winter. Alright, moving on to the third thing that I think is well worth spending your money on, and that is bras. I've actually seen some people do this video and they've put bras in the save category, which I think is just bizarre. The reasoning that they gave for it was that it's something that you have to replace every few months anyway, so you may as well save your money. But the way I see it is that if you invest and buy the correct bra, then you won't need to replace it after a few months, because a good bra should last you a couple of years at least. I have bras that I wear at least, you know, once or twice a week that I've had for 2+ years. And a bra is so important. Like, I cannot imagine being uncomfortable all day because I'm wearing a bra that's not right for me or doesn't fit properly. Again, keep in mind that invest doesn't mean the most expensive bras you can find. There are definitely bras that I see that are way out of my price range. I do not buy the $100 bras that I see. I usually shop at Bend On Lingerie or Farmers. They tend to have pretty similar brands in both anyway. I don't buy like the Stella McCartney bras because those are the really expensive ones. And there's a couple other brands that I really just can't afford either. But one of the brands that I do often buy from is Heidi Klum. Just as an example, this is one of hers. I would say like 3/4 of my bras are Heidi Klum Intimates brand. I'm not saying that you need to buy the same brand as me. It's just a brand that I found that works particularly well for me and is also within my price range. Obviously there are way cheaper bras that I could afford, but I choose to spend that extra money so that I'm nice and comfortable all day and I feel nice and supported, and I just feel like I can go about my day with no restrictions. So I know that it's an item that generally people aren't going to see, but I think for the sake of keeping you comfortable and also being really inconspicuous under whatever you're wearing for the day, I think it is worth investing in it. The fourth thing that I think you should be investing in, this is going to be different for everybody, but it is things that you wear daily. For example, if your workplace has a particular dress code, then you may want to invest in some pieces that make you feel great while being in that dress code. Trousers might be something you want to invest in, or blouses if you have to wear like a skirt and a blouse. If you have to be in office wear all week, you may as well invest a little bit and get office wear that makes you feel great and that fits you really, really well. If you wear jeans day in, day out, then it's worth buying more expensive jeans that are going to fit you better and last you longer. If you live in dresses all year round, then that is what you should invest in. So I'm not going to show you anything in particular because this is personal to you, but have a think about what it is that you're wearing every single day And can you give that a little bit more budget so that you feel great more of the time? And the fifth and final item that I think you should be investing in is jeans, which may have also fallen into the previous category, but just in case they didn't, I think that jeans are something that is well worth spending a little bit of extra money on. There are so many different styles of jeans and fits of jeans out there, and it can be really difficult to find a pair that fits you really well. I have actually done a whole video on how to find the right jeans for you. I'll link it up here. I've also done a video on how to find the right bra for you, so I'll have both of those actually linked in the description box in case you're interested in having a little bit more information about either of those. But I do find those two areas really tricky to get right, which is why for the bras, once I found a brand that I liked, I just stuck with it because I knew that it worked. I've now done the same thing with jeans. I found that Topshop jeans work really well for me. So this is one pair that I have, but I actually own 3 pairs of jeans from Topshop now, just because I know they fit great and I know that they work really well. Find jeans that work for you, and I think that if they are a little bit more expensive, I think they're worth the money, because an uncomfortable pair of jeans, like an uncomfortable bra, is going to bring down your day so much. If you're constantly pulling them up, it's not a good look, it's super uncomfortable, and I don't want you to be uncomfortable all day. So now we move on to the section of the video where I tell you 5 things that I think you do not need to invest in. If you can afford the higher price item, just leave it, you don't need it. Obviously this is my opinion, but it's just what I found to be the case for me. So starting off with t-shirts. I don't think that you need to invest in t-shirts. I think there are some really cheap t-shirts that are just as good as the ones that are 5 times the price. In particular, I'm talking about white t-shirts. I don't know if you guys sweat as much as I do, but my white t-shirts always have sweat stains within about a year of me owning them. I went through a period where I was like, I'm going to invest in everything, and I bought expensive t-shirts and they were stained after a year, and I was like, well, that was a waste of money because now I need to buy new t-shirts regardless. So what I've learned from that is that I don't invest in t-shirts, especially white ones. Instead, what I look for is cheap price-wise, but really soft material that's not going to be itchy on my skin. Last summer, I bought myself this one from H&M, which was I think $7, so really nice and affordable. It's now stained, but it doesn't matter because it was $7. And I also got this one from Zara, which I think was $15, also now stained. This year I bought myself a couple of new ones. Oh, have I got 3 in here? I haven't actually worn any of these yet, but, oh that's right, they had a 2 for $30 deal, so I got 2 white t-shirts from Cotton On. They were individually $20 each, but like I said, 2 for $30. So I've got one. That one's got a bit of a ribbing detail to it, and it's a bit tighter. This one is much looser, just a regular kind of t-shirt material. And then I also got one from Glassons. This, I think I got it on sale, so it says $20, but I'm pretty sure I got it for cheaper. And again, this is like a really oversized, baggy fit. So, you know, I could afford to spend $60 on t-shirts, but I choose not to because I know that I'll only have those t-shirts for 1 year, and then I'm going to be replacing them next summer. Between $10 and $20 is what I will spend on a t-shirt now. The second thing that you do not need to invest in is layering pieces, in particular singlets. So in winter, I like to layer up to help myself keep warm. So I do a singlet and then a shirt and then a jumper and then a coat. So I'm pretty much always wearing 4 layers in winter. Singlets, I do not feel need to be super warm. So I don't do cashmere singlets, I don't do merino singlets, I just do regular cheap singlets. They are just another layer to stop the wind, to stop the cold. I've literally had this for like 5 years. I think it was $15 or $20. No one ever sees me wear this. It only ever goes underneath other things. Okay, the third thing that I don't think you need to invest in is swimwear. In my swimwear collection, I have a range of prices. For example, I have this one piece from Heidi Klum that I think cost me over $200. And then I have this one piece from Cotton On, which cost me about $25. And when I said I love the brand Heidi Klum Intimates, I really do mean for the underwear, because that swimsuit, I literally don't think I've worn, and it was so expensive. I remember buying it and being like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna wear this all the time, and I literally haven't worn it at all because I don't feel great in it. Whereas this one from Cotton On for $25 or however much it was, I feel really damn good in this. And I don't go swimming that often, but I have worn this pretty much every time I've gone swimming in the last 2 or 3 years. So you know, anytime I'm going to the pools, this is generally the one I reach for, even though I do obviously have the money to spend $200+ on a swimsuit. I really don't think that I need to be doing that, and I don't think you need to be doing that either. Another example is Cupshe. So this is a little set that I have from Cupshe, the top and the bottom, and Cupshe is really affordable, so their sets are like 20 something dollars usually, and I find that they fit so well and I feel really good in their sets as well. So yeah, the moral of the story being there are swimsuit brands out there that make really affordable swimwear, and they're not all great. I was not very impressed with the Zaful swimwear that I picked up. I would not go swimming in that, but I think if you shop around a little bit, which you can afford to do because they are affordable, there are some really great quality swimsuits out there for a lot cheaper than $200. The fourth thing that I don't think you need to spend a lot of money on is kind of like a big overarching category. In general, like summer clothes, I don't think you need to invest as much in summer clothes because it's not as important. You don't need to stay super warm. You're not going to get like sick if you're wearing clothes that aren't heating you up enough. So things like skirts and shorts and dresses, a lot of these items you can get for a lot cheaper and they still look really nice. The exception to this being if it's an item that you wear daily. Like I said in the invest section of the video, if you wear dresses every single day, then you should be spending a little bit more money. So that is kind of where I stand. I do wear dresses a lot of the time. I love my dresses. So I have spent a little bit more on some of my dresses so that I've got those special pieces that I love. But I also have cheap dresses and I love some of them just as much as some of the more expensive ones. So for example, here I have a dress that I did invest in. So this was a dress that was over $100 and it is really beautiful material. It's like a nice chiffon on the top and then it's lined so that it's not see-through. It's got this beautiful detailing that like brings you in at the waist. Really nice pattern, lovely length. So this is a beautiful dress that I really love. But in saying that, I also have this dress here, which I think cost me about $20. This one is from Cotton On. It has this little tie waist, so it brings me in at the waist and then it flows so beautifully. It hugs my curves, but it's not super tight. It's got these little slits up the sides, which are not too high, just enough to be really nice and flattering. So this is a dress that I wear so often. I can wear this to work and feel really nice and put together. I'll wear this out to a dinner. So that is the comparison between a $100 and something dress and a $20 dress, and I honestly wear this one more often than I do the expensive one. So I think this is just one of those areas where if you know you're going to wear a dress all the time, then you may as well spend a little bit of money on it. But if it's not something that you're wearing every single day, you really can get away with a more affordable option. And the fifth and final area where I think you can save your money is activewear. Over the past few years, I have spent quite a bit of money on activewear, in particular Gymshark, and it's something that at this point I'm almost like embarrassed about it because the quality of Gymshark is just not there. I have quite a lot of Gymshark sets at this point which I haven't gotten rid of because they cost me a lot of money and I just can't bring myself to part with them. So this is one of my sets here. I've got the 3/4 leggings and also the little matching bra. And oh my god, these bras piss me off so much because I understand the padding is removable so you can choose whether or not to have it in, but as soon as you put it through the wash, it's like all over the place. They might have completely come out. There might be 2 pads on one side. They might have just curled up. They do all sorts of things and it's really annoying having to rearrange them every time they go through the wash. And there's very little support in these bras anyway. Like I can get away with it because I mostly do weights training now, but if you're doing cardio and you have more than like a flat chest, then forget about these. The leggings have the worst camel toe. Like it's actually gross and I don't feel good when I wear them. I have 2 pairs from Gymshark that don't have awful camel toe. One of them is the Whitney Simmons pair, which is great. I'm so happy that it doesn't do it, and the other pair is the Vital Seamless line. They don't do it either. But both of those pairs are so freaking tight. They're so difficult to get on. It's literally a workout in itself just to get the leggings on. So these ones are easy to get on, but they give you camel toe. The ones that don't give you camel toe take half an hour to put on. Either way, I'm pissed off by the time I'm wearing my leggings. In contrast, I have a set from Cotton On, which is really affordable. So I think the leggings were about $35 and then the top was cheaper than that, maybe 15 or 20. And this is my preferred set to wear. Like, if this is not in the wash, this is the one I'm gonna reach for. It's actually a little bit smelly because I wore it to the gym this morning. But, so this bra has underwire, it's like full coverage, it has so much support and it's so comfortable, and I just feel amazing when I wear this. And then these leggings, they've got the really cool design down the side, which I really like. Super easy to get on because they do have plenty of stretch, but they're still at the same time, once they're on, they are tight enough that they're not going to kind of ride down or anything. No camel toe, no problems like the Gymshark ones have, and you know, they're like half the price. So I just think, you know, why was I spending so much money on Gymshark? I was just getting swept away with the hype, but actually the quality of Gymshark is worse than something that is half the price. So it just does not make sense to me. I can't believe I was so brainwashed for so long. You might want to invest in Lululemon. That's a brand I haven't tried. There might be some other really amazing activewear brands out there. I haven't tried a whole bunch of them, but I just know that there are activewear brands out there that perform really well and are also affordable. So that brings me to the end of today's video. Hopefully I have either saved you a bit of money or improved the quality of your wardrobe, or maybe both. Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything else you would include in either of these categories. I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye!